First, I just want to congratulate Mitch Hyatt. I thought that was a huge accomplishment of breaking the record for most snaps ever played at Clemson. And to have a guy at the offensive line position, which obviously very physical position, says a lot about Mitch, his consistency, obviously his talent, durability, and we're really proud of him. He's been a great player here for us and very consistent for us over there at left tackle. So that was great to see, and looks like he's going to continue to stay healthy, keep adding to that snap total. Really proud of our offense coming out fast. That's something that we continue to talk about, and I believe we scored on the first 3 drives, and really putting our defense in a good position and taking control of the game. So that's something that was very encouraging. Also, another really good week for the offensive line. I believe it was 2 weeks in a row with no sacks, first time since 2012. So that's, and when you got a freshman quarterback back there, everybody's trying to bring a little bit extra pressure and put guys in his face. So those guys have done a really good job, and then obviously had a lot to do with our running game, moving guys up front. Also proud of Gage Cervinka. Had his first start last week at center at Florida State, and then turned around with Pollard being out trying to hold him last week, being able to start right guard. Thought he did a really good job for us in there, and continues to add to the depth that we have there. I thought it was great that we had 3 backs over 100 yards. That's really says a lot about the depth that we have in that room. And 2 things that we always talk about is red zone scoring, and we were 7 for 7 with 7 touchdowns. And then third down is something that we wanted to continue to improve in, and I believe we're 7 of 8 on third down. So scored a touchdown every drive but 3. I believe the first one we had a penalty that kind of put us behind the chains and had to punt, and then we had the interception, and then the last drive there. So really very efficient day. We were able to play, I believe, 49 offensive players. That's counting as 47 plus Dexter and Christian, which we're going to go ahead and count and make 49. And then also, I believe now we have 10 offensive linemen with over 100 snaps on the season. And I think that says a lot about the depth that we have, and that's great to see those guys come along and then also get out there and do well. I mean, all those stats we were talking about with the offensive line, that's with a lot of guys playing. So consistency with all the groups. Just like the focus that our guys have had, intensity in practice and in games, I think has been really good. And I feel like we're getting better each week, and that's really what we want to do at this part of the season. We're in our championship phase, just continue to get better, and I felt like we did that. Then really like the chemistry and unselfishness of this group, really our whole team, but even specifically with myself talking about it, the offense. I mean, it's awesome for me to see guys on the sidelines celebrating with their teammates. Just a very unselfish attitude, which in 2018 is unfortunately rare. We've got a great challenge and great opportunity this week at Boston College. Obviously, it's an opportunity for us to accomplish our second goal, which is to win the division. So the way our goals are set up, as y'all know, our first goal is to win the opener. And then, it's taken us 10 weeks now to get an opportunity to reach our second goal, which is win the division. And, we've been racking off, a lot of maybe different records and things that haven't been done. And I don't believe there's been an ACC team win 4 division trophies, since they've started the 2 divisions. So that'll be something our guys have an opportunity to accomplish. I have a lot of respect for Boston College. They're very, very consistent. You know exactly what you're going to get with them. Very well coached, disciplined, very physical, hard-nosed team and defense. They play with great effort. They're going to make you earn everything that you get. There's no gimmies with their defense. There never has been. I think that they're playing very confident on defense, and I think they're very experienced. They got 9 starters coming back from last year's defense, and 8 of the 11 starters on defense are all juniors or seniors, so they got a lot of experience back. I know just a couple of the stats that stand out. They're 4th in the country in interceptions. They're 5th in the country in calls, turnovers. They're 12th in the country in red zone defense, so they've done a great job there. And then their defensive end, number 11, Ray, is 5th in the country, I believe, in sacks with 9. So they've been doing a really good job on defense. It'll be a great challenge, and like we tell our guys, when you're trying to accomplish something special and have a chance to win championships and do those type of things, like we have an opportunity Saturday, it's not going to be easy. It's difficult. If it was easy, then there'd be a lot more people doing it. So it'll be a good challenge, but I know our guys are excited about it and looking forward to it.
What does an orange pants game mean to you just as a coach?
Yeah, I think, Coach Sweeney, one thing that he did when he took over is I think he wanted to kind of get a little bit of uniformity with our uniform policy, if you will. And, I think in the past it was kind of like seniors get to vote what they want to wear and just this, that, and the other. And, Coach Sweeney wanted there to be some consistency. And so, really, I think he started kind of from the very beginning that we really only wear those orange pants when there's a championship on the line. And so I think our guys know that we got an opportunity to win the division championship this week. That means we get to put those orange pants on, and something they look forward to and take a lot of pride in. And so it's that time of the year. And so I know our guys will be excited about that.
Jeff, Boston College had a little bit of success this year. Game day is going to be there this week. They're calling for some cold weather, maybe some rainy conditions. They're going to be hyped up for you guys. Talk about going into BC this week into those conditions and in that environment.
Yeah, I think the mindset of our guys is they get excited about all those things that you've talked about. I think one thing that Coach Sweeney's done a great job of instilling in our team and in our culture is the mindset that it doesn't matter who we play, it doesn't matter where we play, it doesn't matter what time we play, it doesn't matter what the weather is. It's really all, at the end of the day, it comes down to how we play. That's really the only thing that matters. And, I think our guys get excited when you have some maybe different elements than what they're used to. We play ACC championship games in Charlotte at night. It's always cold that time of year. So really when we start getting into that colder weather games, for us, that just brings back memories of playing for championship games. And, I think there's a big difference. Sometimes you may have a team that has a mindset of, oh my gosh, how cold is it going to be? Oh my gosh. I've been a part of those in years past, where everybody's staring at their phone trying to see what the rain's going to be, what the percentage chance of rain's going to be. And then a few years ago, we're getting ready to play Notre Dame, and our guys had never been more excited to go play in a game than any game I've been a part of, because it's supposed to be a monsoon, and everybody's wanting, the governor's wanting to cancel everybody going to games and all those type of things. And Jim Cantor standing up there on the bridge in Greenville. Looks like the Chattooga River coming behind him right there, right through Greenville. And our guys, they had this mindset of, whenever I was a kid, the most fun was going out and playing in the rain and jumping out there and sliding in the mud and, just embracing that and accepting the challenge. And so that's what Coach Sweeney told the team, Saturday after our game. He said, hey, we're going up there. They're calling for, it's going to be cold, rainy. He said, shoot, I hope it snows. And, I hope they got every element possible just because of the challenge that brings. And really, it brings us back to the mindset that it should not matter. If you're going to be a consistent team, consistent program, then outside elements, can't have an impact on your ultimate success.
Coach, what about Trevor throwing the ball? I imagine it'll be the coldest game he's ever played in. Is it just the same thing, or are you curious?
Yeah, Trevor's very similar to Deshaun. There's not a whole lot that phases him. That's not something that we're really worried about. I expect him to, I expect Trevor, like Deshaun, to play for many years at the next level. He's going to play in a lot of cold games, and I'm sure he had probably a couple with them playing late in the playoffs in Georgia where, it probably got below 50 at least. But I expect Trevor to do exactly what he's done anytime he's faced something new, which is just embrace it and go be successful.
Jeff, is there anything to the idea that you guys have not had any fourth quarter real tight games for about a month, 5 weeks now? Can you count on that ability in late games because of what you've done this season?
Yeah, I think for us, our thought process is it's about playing consistent for 4 quarters and having the intensity and the focus. Obviously, we don't want to go through a lot of the games like Syracuse, but there's stuff that we can bring from that. And if we get in those situations, I think overall what you look for in your team is poise in those situations, and that's one thing that I'm very pleased with this offense. We got a lot of new pieces and parts and some young players that are having big roles, but I don't feel like at any point that we've lost our poise. Even at Florida State, the first quarter didn't go exactly like we wanted it to offensively, and our guys, never really batted an eye and just kept swinging, and then finally it kind of opened up for us. But I'm as a coach, you're just trying to look at the consistency that you're playing in the games, and is there up and downs. And I think that's probably one of the best things from the Louisville game is, I felt like our guys played at a consistent level for 4 quarters despite, the game kind of getting away. But I think Syracuse is still close enough for guys to remember kind of where we were.